What is going on, guys? TalkNorwichCity here, back for another video. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today I'm back for my Preston preview, basically looking at this weekend's game against Preston. A huge game after the disappointing draw against Fulham. So let's get straight into it. You guys know how I like to start these preview videos by looking at the form guide, and it's normally in favour of Norwich City, but not in this case. I always look at the last 5 games played. Norwich have had 3 wins, a draw and a loss. That equals 10 points from 5 games. Preston, on the other hand, 3 wins and 2 draws. That's 11 points. They're unbeaten in 5 games. You guys might be thinking, well, they might have played people near the bottom of the table. No, that isn't the case, actually. They've beaten Huddersfield and Villa convincingly. They've drew to Brighton. And then the other 2 games, they picked up good results as well. So Preston are in fine form. One of the most formed teams in this league at the moment. We've got 27 points. We've scored 26 goals and conceded 18. By the way, the conceded tally is quite worrying, actually. That is joint most goals conceded in the top half of this division, which is quite crazy. But we've still got a +8 goal difference. Preston, on the other hand, 17 points. They've scored 17 and they've conceded 17. So they like the 17s. They had a very poor start to the season, but really picked up form in recent weeks. But it shows how weird this division is, because just a few weeks before Preston went on this fine run of form, they lost 5-0 to Brentford. You can never tell what's going to happen in this division. Preston are in good form, so are we. This is going to be a big clash. In terms of injury news, Johnny Howson, is he going to return? Isn't he? I expect him to return. I'm recording this before Alex Neil's press conference. Alex Neil said he was struggling with an ankle injury. I would have thought he would have trained this week. I'm praying that Johnny Howson is going to be back for this game, because we really did miss him against Fulham. It showed. We didn't control the midfield as much as we usually do with Johnny Howson. We didn't make as many passes. Our ball retention wasn't as good. Johnny Howson contributes to all of that. I'm really hoping he's back fit. I don't think it's a serious one. He's not on crutches or anything. He's able to walk. I guess it's just one of them niggly ankle injuries. So it's going to be, we're going to have to see what Alex Neil says in his press conference today. I don't know. Hopefully he's back. In terms of that, obviously you've still got Matt Jarvis out, but there's not much other injury news for Norwich City, which is always a good thing. So look at some key players then. I've indicated a few for Preston. I looked at Preston's squad list. I recognised a few. I didn't recognise some. They're kind of one of them teams who've obviously just clicked. They haven't got any amazing players. They've got some good quality players, but not amazing. But they've all seemed to click really nicely. They've got Jordan Hugill up front. He scored 5 goals this season, a decent return for him. Before Preston, he hadn't really done much in his career, so he's sort of hitting a purple patch in his career. You've also got Alex Baptiste, who's on loan from Middlesbrough. He scored 2 goals this season. We'll all probably know about him. As well as that, they got Gallagher, who we'll probably all remember from his 2 goals against us in the FA Cup clash a few years ago. And they got Pringle as well. So, you know, you've got some good quality players in that Preston team. But for me, it's all about the way Preston play their football. At the moment, they're in a fine run of form. Them players are all clearly bonding. So I wouldn't look out for any individuals, but let's look out for how they play as a team. In terms of Norwich, I've indicated our midfield players really, either Johnny Howson or Alex Tete, whoever sits next to Graham Dorrans in that midfield role. We really were run over against Fulham, and that's been the key theme to games we've struggled in this season. I look back to Sheffield Wednesday at home, even Bristol City at home that we won, Ipswich away, games that we haven't gone on to win this season, and mainly because we've struggled in that midfield department. It's when we haven't controlled the ball. It's always going to be tough with a 2-man midfield, but when you've got Johnny Howson and Graham Dorrans next to each other, that helps. So for me, the midfield is going to have a fantastic game if we're going to come away with 3 points this weekend. In terms of the last time we played Preston, we haven't actually played Preston too much in recent times, mainly because they've kind of been in League One or the Championship, and we've either been in the Championship or the Premier League, so we haven't really met each other too much. We did play them in the FA Cup a few years ago. That was a loss for us. We lost 2-0. I can remember I was on holiday, actually. I was watching via some dodgy foreign news channel. We lost that game 2-0. Gallagher scored twice. It was a shocking performance. It was a game that we didn't actually have a shot on target from. But it was kind of a blessing in disguise in the end, because it got rid of the cup competition so we could concentrate on the league. In terms of the last league game, that was 6 years ago. 5-6 years ago. It was a 1-1 draw. Grant Holt scored in that game. I didn't attend that game. I can't really remember what happened. Was it the one where Houlihan chipped the penalty down the middle? I know that was against Preston. Not sure. Let me know in the comments, guys. Finally then, score predictions. I forgot to do this in the last preview video, I apologise, but I went to you guys on Twitter and asked for your score predictions. First up is John Punt, who runs alongside Andrew, Along Came Norwich, a great Norwich blogging site. He said 2-1 Preston. They're unbeaten in their last 6, a tough match. Darren Stevenson says, after just looking at their recent run-in, I'm not so confident. 1-1. Jez from Bez says, tricky one. Preston bang on form. Norwich good at bouncing back from indifferent performances. Going with a nervy 2-1 win. John Hipkiss says, almost without question, Preston will score. It could be another 2-2 or more. Hopefully, a thrilling 3-2 to City. Hopefully. Robert Peachy says a bit more tricky than it looked a couple of weeks ago. Very decent win for them last night. Chris Proctor finally says Preston upset 2 of the challengers in the last week, but City will see out 2-1 with a nervy last 20 minutes as per usual. I think them score predictions are bang on, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm going with a 2-1 to Norwich. I'm expecting us to go 1-0 up. They'll get it back, and then we'll score a winner late on in the game. Goal scorers, I'm going with Cameron Jerome to score the first one, and Tim Close to score a late winner for us. I think it's going to be nervy. Preston are no mugs. They're going to come here high on confidence. We're off the back of not a disappointing result, but certainly not the best result. Preston probably going into this maybe the favourites in their eyes, but I think we'll be fine. I think quality will shine through, and I think we'll win this game and bounce back. So leave me your score predictions down in the comments. I'm always in the comments reading and replying to them, so leave me your comments. As always, a massive thank you to Fritz Bits for sponsoring match preview content here on Talk Norwich City. I will see you at Carrow Road on Saturday. If you want a fan cam, come and say hi. Except for that, I'll see you very soon. Peace out. Hey, what is going on, guys? Talk Norwich City here, back for another video. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. Today I'm back for my Preston Preferred 11. That's a bit of a tongue twister, actually. The Preston Preferred 11. It's not at all. Yeah, so let's get straight into it, I guess.